So, we've come to the conclusion that everybody seems to really like the Wheel of Flavor. We've had some pretty good success in our last few videos, at least as far as TikTok and Instagram is concerned. I still need your help with our YouTube channel, so if you could subscribe, that would help us out so much. We really want more people watching these full videos, but in due time. Now, we had a lot of suggestions on what we should put up against the wheel next. Some of the really interesting ones: banana split, alligator, Mississippi pot roast. So we're going to take the suggestions you left in the comments, put that up against this random name generator, and then we're going to put that up against the wheel. All right, here we go. Mac and cheese. All right, so we're going to make some mac and cheese. Mac and cheeseburger? Let's see what we can do. So I just got back from the grocery and I put a lot of thought behind this. I've got a really cool idea. I think instead of making a good cheeseburger and putting mac and cheese on top, I think we take the mac and cheese, we freeze it, we bread it, and then we fry it to have a mac and cheese patty that when we bite into it, that mac and cheese just oozes out and it's really contained within that burger. Mac and cheeseburger, first thing we're gonna need is some mac and cheese. I've got some macaroni going right here. We're gonna let that finish cooking, and we're gonna start on this cheese sauce. First thing we're gonna need is some butter. Now the next thing we're gonna need is a bunch of cheese. I've got two kinds of cheeses we're gonna use today. We've got some cheddar and we've got some smoked Gouda. I highly prefer shredding cheese like this over getting it in a bag. When you buy it out of the bag, it has a cornstarch-like material. It's not cornstarch, but it's similar to that. And what that does is that keeps it from sticking together in the bag. But it leaves this gritty taste once you try to melt it, and I've never been a big fan, so I really like to shred my own cheese for something like this. Now we've got this over a medium-low heat. We're gonna grab some flour and a whisk, start working on this roux. Start whisking that together and let this cook down for about 60 seconds. We're gonna start slowly adding in some milk. Make sure you get all the clumps broken up. And we got this over a low heat. We're gonna let this start coming together before we add this cheese in. Of course, you can find all the written measurements on crowfood.com. Even more importantly, all of our rubs and seasonings. We're gonna take some Crow beef rubs, our all-purpose rub, salt, pepper, garlic, onion. It's gonna give it a good flavor. I also like to go in and add a little drop of hot sauce or two at this point. It gives it some good flavor, a little heat. All right, now let's go ahead and add in some of this cheese. Start whisking that in. We're gonna slowly let this melt. That's gonna be the cheese sauce. Just keep whisking this together. Eventually you'll have a nice thick cheese sauce. All right, we've got this sauce right where I want it. It's not too overly thick, which is kind of what I'm going for. If I'm serving mac and cheese, I might get this a little bit thicker and have a little bit more cheese. But when it sits together for a long time, like it's going to in the freezer, if it's not got plenty of moisture, you can really tell the difference. It gets a little bit drier towards the end. So I want this to be a little bit thinner, and I'll show you why here in a little bit. We're gonna take this and pour it in with our cooked pasta. Take it all. Yeah. Let's give that right there a try. I love the flavor that smoked Gouda gives it when it's paired with that cheddar. That's hard to beat right there. But we're gonna beat it. So we've got a sheet tray and some parchment paper. I'm gonna spray it to make sure we don't stick. And we're gonna dump this out. All right, now we're gonna take the rest of this cheese and add it on top. Now, into the freezer. No burger is complete without a good sauce. So let me show you how to make the best burger sauce there is. It's got a few different flavors going in there, like some chipotle peppers and some rosemary, but it all seems to really work together. We're gonna start with a base of mayo, just a hint of ketchup. That's gonna give it really a lot of color and a little bit of tang. Wash your sister sauce. Now, I like to add a little pickle juice. I like to take these chipotle peppers, add in a big spoonful of that. Of course, we have the beef rub and some rosemary. Rosemary and beef, it's like PB&J for me. It goes together so well. I love having just a little hint of rosemary in this sauce. And then the last thing I like to add is some really finely diced white onion. Now, you can do this raw. Sometimes I like to saute these and get a little bit of caramelization going. Just don't feel like it today, and that's fine. I really like the flavor, but I really like the texture, having that little bite to it. Now, you don't want very big chunks, so get these pretty small. Something like that. That's about it. This is my burger sauce. Let's set that aside and move on to the next step. All right, next step is we're gonna get our breading station ready for this mac and cheese. We got our panko breadcrumbs, and we got a little bowl for an egg. Let's whisk this up. Add a little bit of water to it. It's been about an hour. I would normally let this go a little bit longer. It's gonna hold itself together, but I like it to be pretty much frozen. Makes it easier to cut into the perfect shape too. Now we just need to find the perfect spot. I'm obviously going for the cheesiest. This looks like it'll do. Now don't think for 1 second I'm wasting that. This is going back in the freezer and making fried mac and cheese later. All right. Take this and try to keep it together best we can. It's not frozen enough. Gotta redo this part. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna cut it out again. This time, putting this in the freezer. That way it holds up together a little bit quicker. Let's try this again. It's been about 30 more minutes. I think this is gonna work out a lot better. We've already got our oil up to temp. We're at about 350. We got a flat plate here. I think that's gonna work even better. All right, this thing's well coated. Let's drop it in the oil here. Let's give it a little flip. Starting to look really good. In the meantime, we're gonna get our burger ready. We've got 2 1/4-ounce balls here. We're gonna do some smash burgers. That's the way I like to do it. We got a cast iron skillet already heating up. A little touch of oil at the bottom. Got it nice and ripping hot. As soon as we pull this off, we're gonna go ahead and do that and let that rest. One of my concerns already is I made this pretty thick. Probably a little bit thicker than I needed to, so maybe I should only be doing 1 burger ball here. You know what? I think that's probably what I'm gonna do. All right, let's get this out of here. Take a ball of beef, something really heavy, and some parchment paper here. Curved beef rubs, and plenty of it. Some onion. Gotta toast the buns. We're gonna go ahead and start building this. Get a little sauce at the bottom. Get the fried mac and cheese. Oh, why not some more sauce there too? Burger and the onions. Oh, this is gonna be so good. Look at that. Look at that. This is another masterpiece. What can I say? Here's the thing. You're going to have to come in close to see this cut. All right, here we go. Look at that. Only 1 test left here. That's really good. I don't think you would cut it in half normally. That would kind of help keep it together, but you cannot deny the amazing crunch you get from this crust of the mac and cheese. And the cheesy mac and cheese has just a good home I mean, I love that comfort food flavor you get from that. Listen, this is really good. Give me some more crazy ideas. I love this series, and let me know what you want to see us put against the wheel next. That's what I want here. So as many suggestions as possible. You can actually find the recipe for this on our website, for the burger sauce, for the mac and cheese, everything listed here. So go check that out. And as always, thanks for watching. So good.